Good morning. All right, so today is Monday, July 29th, approaching the end of the month. We got 3 more trading sessions for July. And we are in a 3-day balance, as I mentioned last night in the notes. You can see these 3 days right here. That if we merge them, we have a nicely balanced profile. And right now, during the overnight session, we're trying to get above, we are getting above value, right? We're trying to go towards these highs. We'll see what happens now. This low volume area, it used to be, this is where the 90-day point of control is. So this was a high volume node back then. Then it became like when we traded through it, came to the low side of the range, then tested it again, and now we're balancing below it. So this is going to be an important area to watch, because now this is a low volume area, and then we have an RTH gap. It's a pretty large gap. It's from 55.52 to 55.93.75, and in between, like it coincides with the 21 EMA and the 20 simple moving average, right? So the gap is basically in between those two moving averages. Very interesting. This seems like a very weak players market, because when you have references that are so to the tick. So for today, what I'm going to be looking at is, do we come back into Friday's value, or do we break these highs and then attempt to fill the gap? The gap fill, because it's so large, I'm looking for some sellers to show up at Monday's low right here at 73-ish. And if we get above it, then look to fill the gap, and then attempt to retest this point of control. But right now, because we're in balance, the trade, until we start putting some volume and we see some strength on the buyer side, the trade is coming back to value. And if we fail to break out, then we're likely going to attempt to test the low side of the range. So inventory for the overnight session is about 99% long. You can see the close. The close from Friday was down here at 54.99-ish, and then we were trading above value the whole night, and now we broke above yesterday's high, and then we're coming back down. So inventory usually corrects when in cases like this, and the correction will take place if we retest the close from Friday. It's also Friday closes are a little bit more important, because it's the weekly close, also weekly settlement, and it coincides with 5,500, and it coincides with the point of control from yesterday. So I'm thinking that there's high chances that we test this 5,500 today. And if we do that, we're going to be back trading inside value. And if that's the case, the rule says that there's a high chance to trade, to test value area low right here at 54.76.5-ish. 54.76.5, yeah. Okay, where is that? I'm 3/4, I'm sorry. But one tick more, one tick less. This is the area to look for. And then, we can monitor for continuation. Are we gonna keep trying to keep the one-time framing down and then take the slows and take this point of control, and then attempt new lows, and finally get to the CPI scene of the crime, which we haven't tested yet. We haven't revisited yet. But that's what I'm looking for today. I mean, overnight looks pretty bullish, but short-term value is below us, and we are likely to balance here until some more news this week. This week we have FOMC, we have some big earnings, we have jolts, we have what else? We have initial jobless claims, PMI. So we have a bunch of stuff coming out this week. So there's the market's likely gonna wait for one of those releases before it makes the next move, and in the meantime trade in this range. Okay, in Q, they're similar. And Q has been weaker throughout this whole time, but you can also see that we're in a range here, also in balance. Actually, technically, we're one-time framing down, but you can see that it's holding here, it's putting some volume here in the 19,200 level. And the same thing, so if we get back above this low volume area, take out the 50 moving average, then we can look for an attempt to fill the gap. But as long as we stay below this 19,580, 19,600, then this is the magnet, and this is where we're gonna come back to. And below it, if we are able to break below it, then this is an area with a bunch of references, which is the 18,800, which we have a bunch of untested lows, previous highs, unfilled gaps, etc. So 18,800 is the target in case sellers still start pushing down. For crude oil, we are in a 6-day balance. Today's the sixth session that we're holding in here, which was after breaking this consolidation area. We broke the 200, and now we're balancing here. So the trade here is look for failed breakouts and then back to value, and failed, and then we have an unfilled gap here where the 200 moving average is. So if we test that, fill the gap, and then fail to move higher, then we can look for shorts back into the 77.20 area. All right, that's it for today. Good luck. Oh, sorry, I didn't go through gold. So gold is sold off a couple times, big days selling, and now it's coming back slowly to the 20-day point of control, which is now at 24.52. Almost got there on the overnight session, but that's a magnet right now. And you can look for more balance in this area, and with some resistance at 24.80 and at 2500. All right, that's it for today. Good luck.